precipitated this chase, and I'm suspecting that because it's on that road there, that, well, it could either be CHP or it could be local authorities.
Yeah, absolutely. And as this person is going westbound 50, as you mentioned, Golston, this is right where a lot of the lanes block off and they break off into, single lanes. And you can see how close that person is going in between the barriers there. This is also quickly approaching the WX portion of the Fix 50 part. If we could zoom out a little bit to give us some perspective. But this is already a dangerous area to drive in, let alone with a chase going on. And this is a situation where it would be hard for officers because there aren't, multiple lanes for them to be able to maneuver around cars and chase this person.
Right. So what I'm assuming, will be doing, it just stands to reason that they, like us, are monitoring where this person is, and they are radioing ahead, calling ahead, and putting in some assets in the front of where they think this will go to try to stop them somewhere else down the road. Again, we just picked this up a few minutes ago, and this motorcycle driver has been just speeding along 50, but as that person is getting closer into town, you can see how just the complexion of the traffic has changed, where there's not a lot of areas where the motorcycle can go, as it still is kind of splitting lanes there, weaving in and out of traffic. Again, slowing down considerably from how fast it was going just a couple of minutes ago.
Yeah, just based on what I can see right here, Golston, already we're in the afternoon commute, so there are a lot of people out there on the roads, but, they will be following this not only from the air, but from the ground, so they're going to have to, call other officers that are ahead of the situation because, farther east where we were following them, they just went down to just one lane, so that's pretty much impossible to follow them. This looks like this is that WX portion of Highway 50 right now, because you can see that middle part is all blocked off, and it looks like they're going to take the left side, which is the side that goes toward West Sacramento, goes over the Pioneer Bridge, or you can break off and go to I-5 either northbound or southbound.
That's the part I always make the mistake on, and go to West Sacramento.
You got to decide early. I'm wondering if we can put our overlay, but you can see, Wilson, how that motorcycle rider, look at this. We've got an officer on the right and another motorcycle. That's who is going to be able to catch up with this person on this motorcycle. This
can we
is
determine
so dangerous.
if that for sure is another officer, or is that somebody else?
Yeah, that's definitely CHP. You can see there. Well, at least law enforcement.
Yeah.
You can tell from the white front part of it. I mean, this is making me nervous. Look at how fast they are going.
Yeah, now they're taking that exit right there.
This looks like this is the exit northbound I-5 towards downtown. Yep, and that's northbound I-5. I don't know if we can put our traffic overlay so that viewers at home are able to see, but that, to me, looks like that's northbound I-5 approaching P Street.
That is going to be kind of the difference maker there if you've got a CHP motorcycle officer there who can basically match what this person is doing. There they go on I-5, and you can see the acceleration there as that person is picking up speed, and this is super fast. Look at this motorcycle just cutting through, basically splitting lanes there, which you're not supposed to do, and that was a super close call right there, as this person is now just flying down the interstate going northbound there.
Yeah, and again, this couldn't be a worse time because this is the afternoon commute, and it's hard enough to see to see motorcyclists, but you can see the officer there as well. But it's hard enough to see motorcycle riders, let alone someone who's coming up behind you. I mean, some of these people may not even know that this person is coming up behind them. It looks like that's Fruit Ridge.
Yeah,
so
that's
this
southbound 99.
Now we're southbound
99.
Yeah.
So we're going southbound 99.
We got turned around.
And you can see the suspect now cutting over to the edge there on the shoulder. And then you have to think about this CHP officer, and to what degree do you continue to give chase versus radioing ahead to see if you can find out how other CHP crews can get in place to try to stop what's going on right here.
So they just passed Fruit Ridge. I don't know if you were able to read that because the person went by so fast, but they're just riding solely in the shoulder here. And, there's a lot of gravel in the shoulder. A lot of people don't know that this person is coming up behind them. And, we haven't really seen anything like this in our area, Golston, in quite some time. This person, the speeds look to be going well past the speed limit. You know,
For sure.
maybe even double, because this isn't that much of traffic. People are probably going 50 miles per hour right now, at least 50, 60 miles per hour. So this person's probably going 80 maybe.
Yeah, and they keep to the side there on the shoulder. It looks like they were about to exit right there. That's somewhere right after Fruit Ridge. I forget what that exit is, but they continue to go southbound here, and it's not going to be long before they're getting into where the traffic slows down a little bit as you're getting into Elk Grove.
Yeah, so you're going to, right after Florin is going to be, eventually going to hit Cosumnes River and Boulevard and the Delta Shores area. And things, you can see that there's a carpool lane there on the left with this person just racing past everyone. I wish we could put up our speedometer there on the screen, but our chopper pilot doing a great job of keeping this person in the view here because they are going so fast. So we know we at least saw one CHP officer on a motorcycle. There they are, out of view there.
You see it? All right, okay, so just to bring you back up to speed here, we've been following this now for the past 3 or 4 minutes. A person on a motorcycle, a suspect being chased right now. We're trying to determine why this person is running away from law enforcement. They have gone way over the speed limit on 50. There's the police officer right there on the left. They've been going way over the speed limit on 50, cutting by downtown, now going south on 99, continuing a high rate of speed, splitting lanes right there, getting over to the shoulder, looking like they're about to exit, then get back in the number 4 lane there, and continuing just this super, super dangerous chase. And the police officer is not far behind, of course, having to keep in mind the safety of all the other people in their vehicles, but also trying to figure out a way to bring this all to an end.
Yeah, and our photographer in Live Copter 3 doing a great job, because this is not easy keeping up with this person as they're weaving in and out of traffic and going this fast. This motorcyclist has primarily stayed in the far right, the slow lane and the shoulder, but has continued to weave in and out, of traffic. This is right where Golston was mentioning things start to slow down. This is exactly where things start to slow down with traffic during the afternoon commute.
Yeah, and what I'm worried about is this person gets into an exit lane and he's going so fast that a normal person, a normal commuter may not see them in time and then just get over for the exit, and then you've got a serious problem with a potential collision there. But,
well, and I'm worried about the law enforcement officer that's also on a motorcycle, because, these drivers aren't expecting this coming up behind them. And so, even the CHP officer, this is a dangerous situation for them too.
For
Obviously,
sure,
they're going to
yes.
have to make a decision of, maybe they're setting something up ahead of this. Maybe that's why people are so slowing down. They could be blocking traffic and setting up some spike strips, because this is generally what they're going to have to do when you enter a situation like this, when someone is acting this erratic and endangering the lives of all of the people on the road.
Yeah, well, now you can feel the slowdown. You can just see it visually as the cars are definitely going at a slower pace, as is the motorcycle. But we've seen anytime the motorcycle seems to pick up a little bit of daylight in the traffic, they will take off. Certainly right when the CHP officer seems to get closer and closer, which they seem to be just out of picture right now as I'm looking up above.
Just at the...
Yeah, so we'll keep watching that as we see how
I wonder if we can zoom out to see if there he is on the left.
For
But
sure.
I wonder if they've got the spike strips out, and maybe they are purposely slowing traffic down so that they can put those out. I don't know if we can zoom out a little bit to get perspective on that. Or get
even
our
zoom in.
overlay. Yeah.
Maybe we could zoom in to see. I don't know if that's as far zoomed in as we can get. Oh, there we go. Thank you so much, Live Copter. So this now becomes interesting because the CHP officer can pin in the suspect, and here comes a patrol vehicle.
Yeah.
He can pin the motorcyclist in because the motorcycle officer now has the block for the exit, if you will. So now the motorcyclist can only go straight, and here they go, and I have no idea. You can't do a pit maneuver on a motorcycle, last I checked. So.
You can't do a pit maneuver on a motorcycle, and also there's just so many people around. That's the thing that makes me especially nervous, is just how many people. Maybe this person's going to slow down. I don't know. It's hard to tell. That we've been baited before. Officers have been baited before, thinking that they were going to slow down, and then they didn't. So.
Well, for sure, because they have hundreds of things to worry about. I'm talking about all of the other vehicles around them. This is more about public safety. So, yeah, they want to stop this suspect, but they also have to keep the safety of all of those truck drivers and the commuters and people getting home from school or wherever. They have to keep them in mind. But it is interesting, Lisa, to watch here. I mean, he's right on that motorcyclist's tail, and the motorcyclist seems not to be going.
Well, and they're now approaching Laguna Boulevard on I-5 South, the Elk Grove area. Oh, this is Highway 99.
Yeah, 99.
And we're approaching Laguna Boulevard on Highway 99, so 99 southbound. So we were really turned around earlier, but it was moving so fast, and we were watching it upside down. So this is, going to be interesting to see what happens here. I don't know if maybe they've stopped traffic up ahead. And there you can see the Consumers River
Boulevard. Yeah, it looks like the motorcyclist suspect is putting his blinker on for what it's worth. And they are moving over. This person, well, maybe they're just going to pull over and this may come to an end, which would be wonderful. But this is also an area where someone who is of the mind to try to get away from this, they could also take off down the exit or just continue down the road. But it looks like this could end in a good way.
Hopefully, I mean, this will be a miracle if they're able to end this and no other cars or no other vehicles are involved in an accident or something, because that was really dangerous and that was terrifying to watch. Frankly, they're approaching Elk Grove Boulevard, so they could be exiting at Elk Grove Boulevard. It's really hard to say right now just because we're so zoomed in and we don't have our traffic overlay. But looks like this person is officially pulling over. And you can see they're blocking this person in. I have to wait and see what's going to happen. I'm hopeful.
I would think that they would just ask the person to get off the bike, and then they'll do the old routine about taking the person, into custody, detaining them. Then the person will be brought in. The motorcycle will be transported to a pickup yard where the person or someone else can pick it up eventually. But it looks like this is coming to the best conclusion that we could hope for when it comes to just people out on the roads. Looks like the CHP officer there is backing that bike up and don't know what he's going to do with it.
That was one of the most dangerous chases I've seen, even from Northern California to Southern California. That was terrifying because, especially through that 50 area, it's dangerous to drive through there without a high-speed chase on a motorcycle going on around you. I mean,
it had a lot of potential for being something.
That's a miracle that this ended this safely.
So, okay. It looks like they're taking this person into custody, and I would expect some more units to show up to try to secure the area while they process the scene and process this suspect. Long chase now over.